Welcome to lesson 7125, evaluating trigonometric functions with a calculator. All right, so now we're going to pick up our TI-84 or our Calculate 84 that we downloaded onto our phones or our iPads, and let's get ready to use them. Okay, so now what I want to show you about this is when you hit the mode button, when you hit this button, the mode, this screen will pop up. So you have to right arrow down, and this is an older TI-84, so yours may look a little different if you got one of the colored models. If you say CE, but the buttons are all in the same place, so it doesn't make a difference. Everything that's highlighted is what's normal, and you can read this on the screen at the top of the home screen. It's like numeral, float, radian. Float means you get all the decimals, and you can specify the number of numbers you want behind a decimal. Radian is a type of measurement. Function, we're doing function. We're not worried about parametric, polar, or sequential yet. We will get those later. And you got connected and dots, so our graphs will be connected lines, not dotted lines. Sequential, I'm not even going to worry about that one. Real numbers, a plus bi, rei, caret, theta I, we're not worried about that yet. Full, don't worry about horizontal and GT, we're not worried about that. You can change the clock if you want. So the one thing we're going to worry about, make sure that you know the difference between radian and degrees. You will have to hit mode to float between radian and degrees. Now, when you hit the blue button, all of the blue buttons work all over the computer. Every button has a blue button over top of it. Over top of the mode, it says quit if you look really hard. So you hit second mode to get back to the home screen. So now we hit second mode and we're back to, I still left that screen up. I should have pulled up I should have took a screenshot of another screen. Sorry about that, but everything that's highlighted will be across the top in the bar. Let's talk about how to use these keys. To hit second, x squared brings up a square root. Second caret brings up pi. I'm trying to think of keys we're going to use. You're going to use second, sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse. We're going to use parentheses, which are over the 8 and 9. I can't think of anything else we're going to use. And we're going to use the green button and xt theta in a lot. So what I do want to tell you is how to reset the calculator. If you change any of the modes, you hit second, you hit plus, you hit 7, you hit 1, you hit 2, you hit enter, and the calculator will reset to these settings that you see on the mode screen. This is your mode screen when you hit the mode button. Above this is y equals. We're going to use this button a lot. Above this is the window. We're going to use this a lot. And above that is the word graph. We're going to use that a lot. So be aware of the buttons. When you hit the blue button, it activates all the blue buttons on the calculator. When you hit alpha, it activates all of the green buttons on the calculator. And alpha, you can see the alphabet is on our calculator, so you can see that a lot. So be aware of that. Okay, so let's look at the practice problems. All right, a right triangle with a hypotenuse of 8 includes a 37-degree angle. Find the measure of the other two angles and the lengths of the other two sides. So first things first, we're going to draw a diagram. Hypotenuse of 8 and an angle of 37 degrees. This is not the best drawing, but let's say theta. Let's call that theta, which equals 37 degrees. Now, that's 8. Our measurement is in degrees, so you're going to hit second mode. No, I'm sorry, you're going to hit the mode button, not second mode. You're going to hit the mode button, which is next to the blue second button. Then you're going to arrow down till it gets on radian. Then you're going to right arrow until degree is highlighted. It's going to be black, either black or black and blinking. Then from here, once you get on degree, hit enter. Once you're on enter, then degrees is locked in, and the screen at the top is going to change. So you're going to hit mode. You go down to hit degree, hit enter. Now degree is highlighted black. Hit second mode. And then if you look at the top, it says normal, float, auto, real, degree, and MP. So we're in degrees. So now we're going to get degrees back. So I have a 37-degree angle. And I know if I call this my Y and this my X, if I take the sine of theta is equal to Y over 8, then 8, doing cross multiplication, 8 times sine 37 will give me my Y. Conversely, if I have cosine theta is equal to X over 8, then 8 times the cosine of 37 is going to give me my X value. Okay, so 8 sine, which is over the 7, 2 over the 7. I type 37, I close the parenthesis, I hit enter, I get 4.8, rounding it off to 1 decimal place. Then I hit 8 cosine 37, and I get 6.4, rounding it off to 1 decimal place. Okay, we don't have inches, we don't have any. So now we have the lengths of the other two sides. Okay, let's continue this on the next slide. Okay, so now I moved my side lengths to the right sides, but my calculator is not drawing a scale, so I'll just leave it like that. So now we have the ratios of the sides, and we know we want the other angle. So we know 90 minus 37 is going to give us 53. 90 minus 37 is 53. The other angle is 53 degrees. So instead of theta, we'll call it alpha, which is just another Greek letter, is 53 degrees. And that's how we figure those things out. Okay, so now let's look at this. From a point 340 feet away from the base of the Petrie Center and plug, the angle of elevation to the top of the building. All right, so this is an elevation. All right, so now watch this. So draw a diagram from the Peachtree Center, which is some building, 340 feet away. They didn't say the thing was 340 feet away. They said this was 340 feet away. So we're standing here, and the angle of elevation is up from the ground is 65 degrees. And I completely drew this angle out of proportion, just like the other one. Okay, so we need our Y value. We have our X value. We don't need our R value because we want to figure out Y. So the opposite, we have the adjacent. That would be the tangent. The tangent function, and remember, keep your calculator in degrees, is Y over the X, 340. So 340 times the tangent of 65 will give us the Y, which is the height of the building, which equals, rounding to 1 decimal place, because remember, angles are irrational, except for our special angles, which are not, well, which may not be. And we get about 729.1 feet. And don't forget your units when you answer questions. Now go solve some problems.